Wow. Colonel, you got a lot to say. You had nothing to say a few minutes ago, and now here you are, chatty Cathy.
So keep me in your sight, 'cause I can do this all night.
Hey everyone, it's Nicole from Nicole Loves Nails. Welcome to my Welcome to my channel. Yes, still outside. So today's video is for the newest release from Essie's Gel Couture line. Yes, another Essie video. So this is called the Regal Rebel collection. I do not have any information on this collection other than it is starting to pop up at online retailers. I have not yet seen it in stores. So I did purchase this collection. As per usual, I have links in the description box if you want to pick this collection up. I did see that it is available on Beyond Polish, so if you want to pick this collection up at a discount, I will have that linked in the description box, and use my affiliate code Nicole Loves Nails to save an extra 10%. So if you are new around here, hi, I am Nicole. It is wonderful to meet you, and thank you very much for clicking on today's video. Do consider hitting subscribe if you enjoy nail polish related content. I upload new videos every single week on Tuesdays and Saturdays, and I also go live every Sunday. If you are in fact a returning subscriber, welcome back. How are you guys doing? Just how's everyone's week going? It is 70 degrees here in Connecticut. Like, I'm wearing short sleeves outside, and just like, I did not want to be indoors today, so I've been trying to spend as much time outside as I can, hence why this week's videos are all going to be me outside in front of the chicken coop, because I figured if I'm going to be outside, I might as well get some chicken content going as well. Back to today's video. So we have the Essie's new Gel Couture line. I do believe Essie claimed that these are shinier than their normal line. To be honest, I kind of don't love the marketing for making gel polishes that aren't really gel. It's still regular nail polish. I don't love the marketing on that kind of thing. I'll have a link to the Essie's website if you want to read more about the Gel Couture line. I am just treating it like a regular nail polish because, in my personal opinion, it is.
I said what I said!
So as always, down in the description box, I will have links where you can purchase these, links to the Essie website, social media pages, my social media pages, as well as a link to my blog post on NicoleLovesNails.com, where I host all of my swatch photos, as well as provide a written review. Now let's get into the video. Alrighty, first up, going in rainbow order because I can't help myself, we have Gloves Are Off. I would describe this one as like a dusty medium red with a very delicate shimmer. This polish had a pretty good formula. It was pretty thick, like surprisingly thick. I did not need to add thinner or anything like that, but I was just kind of surprised at how thick this one was. However, it did self-level really nicely. The shimmer in here is super delicate, and I like to describe it as like a blink and you miss it shimmer. I was quite literally halfway through swatching the entire collection before I noticed that there was shimmer like stuck on the glass bottle for these, and then I went back and looked at all my bottles and like, oh, there is shimmer in here. This polish was a one coater on me, but I did end up swatching it in 2 coats. Here it is next to a couple of polishes. I thought it was going to be a lot more similar to Orly's The Spice Is Right, but it was not really all that similar. Also, I could have sworn that I swatched a Zoya polish similar to this recently, so I pulled out Zoya's Ray from the Toasty collection. Again, really not that similar. I don't know why I thought they would be, but here you go for a comparison. And now we have Ruffle Up, which I would describe as like a peachy shade with that same delicate, super delicate shimmer. Formula-wise, this one was on the thicker side, and it was also very streaky. Not terribly surprising. I tend to find colors like this tend to be on the more streaky side. However, when I wrote my notes, I said that this was very finicky in formulation and just I did not enjoy application at all. It is a very streaky polish, but again, not surprising. It is on the thicker side, which was a little surprising, but like the level of dislike I had for this polish when I was doing my full hand swatches,
Hated it.
did not have that same reaction when I was doing my live swatches. Looking back at footage, I do think this color looks nice on me. Careful application, you might be okay in 2 coats, but for my full hand swatches, I did use 3 coats. For comparisons, this is just slightly, and I mean slightly, darker than Sally Hansen's Instant Dry polish called Melon from one of the Crayola collabs. I could definitely see those 2 polishes looking exactly the same depending on your lighting. And now we have Gilded Glitz. I would describe this color as like a dusty, lighter marigold, and it has that same blink and you miss it shimmer. Formula-wise, this one was okay. It was pretty streaky, but that's not terribly surprising given this is a yellow cream. I do think if you're going to need 3 coats for any of these, it's probably going to be this one. If you go in for very careful application, float that brush, don't do all the extra brush strokes like I do, maybe you'll get lucky with 2 coats. You know, if you're not like me and you're not like super anal about seeing dark spots on your nails, like I don't know why that bothers me so much, but it sure does. I feel like out in the sun I was better able to see that very delicate shimmer. I just feel like the base was just a little bit too opaque for all of these to really get any benefits from the shimmer. Like if I was really being honest, I kind of feel like it was a pointless amount of shimmer, but I am definitely not a subtle shimmer kind of gal, so maybe this was just not for me. I thought for sure this was going to be a dead ringer for Orly's Golden Afternoon. Side by side, I feel like Golden Afternoon seems a little bit brighter and Gilded Glitz has a bit more of like a dusty kind of tone to it. And now we have Title of the World. I'll describe this one as like a dusty sage with that same barely there shimmer. Title of the World had a really nice formula. It was significantly less thick than a lot of the other polishes in the release, and it also seemed a lot more sheer than the other polishes in the release. If you are super anal about visible nail line, you're probably going to want to give this one a 3rd coat just to cover that up. I did 2 coats for my full hand swatches, and I didn't realize until I got outside that I did have some visible nail line with this one. Looking back at footage, I feel like it's very obvious, but I didn't realize it until I got outside. I was like, oh snap, this is a little sheer here. Thanks to that more sheer quality of this one, you can see the shimmer a lot better in this one than pretty much all the other polishes in the release. The base color of this polish is almost a dead ringer for all of Av Polish's Zinnia. They're not dupes. Zinnia doesn't have shimmer in it, but like they're very similar. And now we have Laced and Ready. I will describe this as like a dusty periwinkle that leans a little blue with that same barely there shimmer. Laced and Ready had a really nice formula. It was on the thicker side. This was the color that I had a strong feeling that if I was gonna like any of these, it was going to be this one. I am a big sucker for a nice periwinkle. I swatched this collection in rainbow order, and initially I thought it was just the green that had the shimmer. When I picked this one up, I noticed the slight shimmeriness of the bottle, and that's like when I went back and realized that all of the polishes have that shimmer. You can kind of see it pretty okay here in the sunlight, but still, it's like blink and you miss it. I swatched this one in 2 coats. I think it's going to be a 2-coater on most people. So for comparisons, this was most similar to China Glaze's Secret Periwinkle. In my studio lighting, I can tell them apart. However, I found when I was sitting on my couch, they looked exactly the same. And the final polish is called Regal Rebel. I would describe this as like a super grayed out lavender with that same barely there shimmer. This one had a really nice formula. It was one of the thinner formulations in the collection. I had kind of hoped that the thinness of this one would allow for that shimmer to show through a bit better. However, I think because this one was just so light in color that the lightness of the shimmer didn't do much. It did not do much. 6 months ago, I would have loved this polish. I always love like grays and grayed out colors, but I have just watched so many colors so similar to this over the past 3 months that like I am over it. I am done. Don't get me wrong, it's a pretty color. It's just like, I'm over it. I'm just over it. And ironically, it's not exactly the same to any of the ones that I've swatched recently. Okay, so final thoughts. If this is seasonal, I'm assuming it's going to be some kind of spring, maybe. I cannot find any actual solid information on this release other than it's called the Regal Rebel collection. Color-wise, I feel like all the polishes have a very dusty kind of finish to them. Generally do appreciate, I also appreciate the color story vaguely gives us a rainbow situation, but like the shimmer that you can see in the bottle just does not really show up on the nail. It's like one of my least favorite types of shimmer where like there's barely any point to the brand putting it in the bottle because like you can't actually see it on your nail. But color wise, I did enjoy the color, so there is that. The thickness on some of these was a little surprising. I found when I was doing my live swatches that they didn't feel as thick when I was doing my live swatches as I remember them feeling thick when I was doing my full hand swatches. I don't know what's up with that because like all of my notes said these were all really thick, but I feel like when I was doing my live swatches they didn't feel that thick. So I might have been in a mood. Who knows at this point. But overall, not a bad collection, even though I don't really understand anything about it. Without a doubt though, Laced and Ready is definitely going to be my top pick. I am just a sucker for like periwinkle, dusty blues. Like I really like those. I will say though, Gilded Glitz will make an honorable mention because I always appreciate when a brand throws in a yellow. So I would love to know what everyone else thought of this release. Like, are you planning on picking it up? Have you already picked it up? I would be very curious to find out like what everyone thinks of this one. And what are everyone's thoughts on like these gel polishes that aren't really gel. Again, these all air dry. You do not need an LED or a UV lamp to cure these polishes. These all air dry. Like I said, I don't love the marketing behind these. We're gonna call it gel, but not really gel. I think for the average consumer of nail polish, like the people who don't watch like YouTube videos on application and things like that, I think for people who just like go to the store, pick stuff up, that it's very confusing. And honestly, yeah, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan at all. So yeah, I love to know what everyone else thinks of these kind of things. Thank you all very much for watching. So before we end today's video, I do want to give a very special shout out to my channel members, besties. Just thank you all so damn much. Like, I really truly appreciate all of the support you guys have given me. Thank you so much. Your names are all on the screen right now. As always, if you would like to join my channel memberships, I will have a link for that in the description box. As always, no pressure. Like, if you can't afford it, it's fine. Just like the video, comment, subscribe, share, all the things, and like, we're good. My views have been really down lately, and I'd really appreciate the added engagement to let YouTube know that people like want to watch my videos. That would be really great. So thank you all very much for watching today. I hope everyone has a fantastic weekend, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye. And we're gonna have some chicken content, so don't leave yet. Where did everybody go? Let's see if anyone's in the back, because I feel like everyone went inside because they thought I went inside. Come on, chicky chicks. Hi, everybody. Oh, yeah, everybody went inside. Hi. So I gotta give you guys more food to get you to come out? Okay. You guys have been talking to Stormy and you need to be fed to work, huh? We keep this bucket of just some grains here for them. This is just like scratch. So this is just like an added thing to their normal diet of, you know, bugs and chicken feed. Come on. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. Bring some food out, then everyone's here. That's what I thought. Come on, no fighting.